Well, let me ask you something that's a complete change of subject, but I heard an intriguing thing involving you and a ghost.
Yes, my house.
Is this true?
Yes. I have this...
What is it?
Well, I have the extraordinary house, which has a sitting tenant. He's a sitting tenant, the ghost.
What is a sitting tenant?
Well, he's in the house. When I bought, I bought the house, and I bought what I thought to be vacant possession of the house. It didn't have a tenant in it, living in it. I discovered after a couple of months I had a ghost in the house.
How do you learn that you have a ghost, and what's the best thing to do?
Well, the best thing to do is to run. I'll resell the house.
What evidence do you have?
Well, he has appeared to people staying in the house, and he causes them... He's marvelous, actually, because I got very annoyed with him once, that I was doing Cromwell here, and I came back late at night and tried to get a good night's sleep, and the ghost appears at night. He knocks the doors, he rings bells that nobody can find where the bells are in the house. Yes, he runs around the stairs and slams and doors and throws things, but nice and quietly, though.
Did you see this ghost before getting this injury here in the...
No,
I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right.
You are...
Keep reminding me.
Are you really convinced? Have you thought of calling in the Psychic Research Society?
Well, I could have him exorcised. I did tell him once. I faced him once. I said, now look, I have to work all day, and sleep all night. You sleep all day and you haunt all night.
Now, are you pulling any of our legs?
No, I'm not. And I said, look, unless you behave yourself and you enjoy here, I don't mind you living here. You can live here rent-free. But however, if you don't behave, I'll have you exorcised.
Will you cross your heart and say this is all true?
Absolutely true. Word of honor.
Why would you be afraid of a ghost? I mean, I would give anything to have a house.
Would you like a ghost?
Oh, I'd be terrified.
There was a particular moment when I knew about the ghost before, for instance, and I was scared when it might appear, or when I might be, evidence, of it existing in the house. And then the very first time that, the actual thing did appear and made noises and that, I was scared then. But then we
tried to speak to this thing?
Yeah, I have. We get on marvelously, actually. I'm terribly fond of him,
Have you seen him?
No, I haven't. No.
Just a voice?
No, but last week, but marvelous thing actually was that I've got a very good friend in England at the moment, and he's a thief, and he's a good friend of mine, but he's a thief, and so when I bought the house, I thought, no, I must have the house burglar-proof, right? So, what best, or who better man to get than a thief to advise me where I should have burglar-proof, right? So I had him come to the house, and I said, look, it's Tower House, never my house. I gave him the name of the house. And he said, oh, my God. He said, that's a very strange house, that. He said, he said, when he saw the for sale sign up, he thought, well, anybody who buys this house must have money. So it's now vacant, so I'll break into it now, and I'll look, and I'll see where I can get in when somebody buys it, right? So he gets into the house, and he hears a child crying upstairs. And he thinks, oh, my God, he thought that, that some kid had broken into the house and was locked in and couldn't get out. And he went upstairs, and he thought, now, what am I going to do? Am I going to ring the police, and say there's a child locked in, or they're going to ask me they're going to ask him what was he doing here, which, of course, he'd be arrested for breaking and entering. So he thought, that he would get the kid out. And he went up to this particular room where the child lives in, and went in, opened the door, and there was nobody there. It's absolutely truthful. I swear. I know I'm full of lies, but this is true. This is true.
This is true. Yeah. And you haven't called in any researchers or people because there are people busting to see ghosts.
Well, there are people who have come to the house, and very strange. A very strange woman at 2 or 3 in the morning arrived one night and said, "Can I come into your house?" And I said, "Certainly not." She said, "Well, there is a ghost here, I know, and I will tell you which room the ghost is in." And she came into the house, and she walked past everything, up the stairs, up here by the tower, opened the doors, and got to one door and said, "There's a ghost."
And that was the room?
Yeah, it was the room, yeah. Interesting.
Extraordinary.
Yes. And living rent-free, which upsets me. I could do that.
We'll be right back after this message.